Hello, traders. This is addzeros, and I want to do a recap and I'll tell you some of the trades I had. I had a beautiful day, and some of the great trade. I'm going to share some of the strategies and learning lessons with you. So stay tuned at the end of the video so you can learn. But before we jump to and I will start discussing the trade, I want to just tell you that I have started a new promotion and just for you guys learning. If you guys want to join on a one-on-one with me on a trading and wanted to advance your learning and trading, you can join me. You can join and you can trade with me on live. You can share your ideas. I can share my ideas. You can ask me questions, and you can trade with me on the first morning sessions with me. I have a beautiful day. If you can look at it, beautiful trades, and one of my students was with me. He also had a beautiful day like with me, and he was participating on a one-on-one sessions with me. So if you are interested in learning about it, feel free to join me, email me, and I'm going to send you more details. I'll leave the comments underneath of this video, and I'm gonna share things detail about it. Okay, so let's start with the first trade. Let me just make it. The first trade what we had at the red, and the red was the, if you know, this was a 10 more than 10% down. And if you look at it, it was went move back up, and it was a beautiful gap and go strategy. Moved up, rejected the VWAP, come down, start consolidating underneath of the VWAP. We shorted around 1785 with the risk of no more than 10 cent. So 1885, 1805 was our risk. So this slip, sorry. So there was slippage here. Uh, Essentially, we were entered under 90, so around 15 cents risk here, and it moved up, never went to that level, and then came down. Beautiful drop down around 1750. We took the first partial around that, moved back up. I took a little bit more off. The moment it make another bear flag, I added into my position and cover, and then last piece was remaining, and it's just squeezed up. I stopped out here, and then I saw that it's coming back down. I added into my position. I added more here. I added more here, but then it's not moving anywhere. So I reduced my risk, and then I stopped out here on my risk of the new trade, which I've taken here. So that's the way we manage here on this. Then look at the VIAC. So VIA was a very beautiful trade. We went long on the VWAP with the 42 with the only risk of 10 cents. And we went long here. Stock moved beautiful. I added into my position, and then I covered here. And then we expecting a much bigger move, but then it came down, stopped us out. And then if you look at it, then what it does, we were not looking at this time, and boom, it was a beautiful another move, which was initially we expecting that. But anyway, this is fine. SPWR, and you see, this is the magic. You need to learn that how to reduce the risk. So make sure that your pain to gain ratio is always need to be enough so that you do not lose more money. So for instance, this was a SPWR trade. We went long on the 2775 here. There's some hotkeys issues with me, and I was unable to go long on the price of 2770, and the stock spiked up. The moment it spiked up and it touched the 2790 and it was not doing anything, I immediately stopped out because my entry was supposed to be 2770, but due to hotkey issues I need to chase it a bit. So I want stock to move really into my direction, right? So that's why I reduced the risk here. It's still, and then it came down, beautiful move, and then boom, it quickly came down. So here I reduced the risk because I don't want stock to move against me. Here I completely out with a small break-even loss because the stock just dropped, and we couldn't. I don't want to go and take the 35-cent risk. This is the way called the risk management, that you need to be very actively manage your risk. Then we noticed that stock is again moving in lower lows, higher highs, and we went long 2790, and then we added on 28.10, and we took the partials here. And here is just a small hotkey mistake. What I did, I basically took off more than the 80% of my position. I wanted to just take the 60% partial, so I added into my position on the first pullback. I took some partials here, and then I took here some off, and I took the small size added because it's holding this VWAP, this moving average. So I took my position, but I saw that it's rejecting the moving average. I stopped out here, and then you look at it that I'm glad we stopped out because it touched all the way back to the entry, and you don't need to hold that if you already made the money. Then we had a BIIB, a beautiful entry. Can you imagine that in this trade, our entry was 354.80.92 with the risk of only 50 cents. And look at it, never came to our entry. First partial on 80 cents because this is our entry, and then second partial. You look at third partial, fourth partial. It almost gave us 355 to 348, almost 7 points, but I couldn't took the 7 points because at the same time we are trading SPWR. I didn't have the buying power, so I have to reduce this to put it there. And I was not expecting this stock to break the VWAP so quickly, but it broke VWAP so quickly and just came down, and then it just bounced back again. If you look at it here, so after breaking 348, it's just moved back up. So anyway, it's beautiful. DQ has given us the tough time. Twice we are stopped out. But that is the magic that when you have a nice entry, you need to manage your risk very properly. So look at this. So first entry we had on 56.42. We added into the position. We added here. We were thinking it's going to break this level and then come down to the VWAP around 55. But it never came back. It came to the entry. We have reduced the risk. We stopped out completely. We lost a very small $120 here. Then we saw it came down again, and this is the same entry. So I'm still targeting the same entry, and the moment it came down, I built up my position. Beautiful, broke down 57.63. We almost 1 unit in, but I was just expecting a little bit more, one more candle of continuation, but immediately it pulled back, and look at the squeeze. And we couldn't have the squeeze of this pain because our entry was around 56.80, so we lost almost 20 cents, which was my original stop loss. But just imagine those who have entered on the breakdown, they can easily lose 55.75 to 57.50, and that is the magic of having a right entry. Once you have the trade idea, you need to work on your entry. You can't just see that you have an idea, you just need to execute. Just you need to wait for your perfect entry to have that. uh, and that's all I have to say. I've shared my strategy and thought process. If you have any question, feel free to ask me. And other thing I want to discuss again, as I said, if you want to join a one-on-one mentoring program, or you want to join how to build a trade book, and you need my help, feel free to reach out, and I'm gladly gonna help you out. With this note, have a good night, and we'll see you tomorrow on the pre-market show. Thank you.